Balcony solar, also called plug-in PV or plug-in solar, has been making waves in the news as Virginia's two houses passed a bill to legalize its use. If the governor signs it, they would join Utah as the only two states in the country that allow for plug-in PV systems. There's no permits, no roof install, no contractors, and it's already powering millions of homes across the world. But let's talk about how these systems work, what they cost, and if it's actually worth it, the long-term considerations, and where the US currently stands. So the basic concept is it is actually as simple as it seems. You buy a kit that has solar panels and they connect into a microinverter. You set them up on your balcony railing or a freestanding structure or even just in your backyard, and then you plug it into a standard 120-volt outlet. It feeds energy into your home to power your lights, your refrigerator, anything that's running at that time. There's no complicated wiring, there's no major install here. It really truly is just plug and play solar. Now, the two states that have this already have set caps at 1.2 kilowatts AC, which is obviously a lot smaller than most rooftop systems, but can still produce a meaningful amount of energy for a home. And like traditional solar systems, they are designed to shut off if the grid shuts down unless there's a battery connected to the system. Let's get the important stuff out of the way right away, and that's what does it cost and is it actually worth it? As you might expect, there's not a ton of these products available out in the market right now, but our friends over at EcoFlow actually have their Stream Ultra system, which is designed specifically for this type of setup. Now, they have a kit that includes either 2 or 4 panels and a micro inverter as well. So that system retails on the 2 panels for about $1,500, on the 4 panels about $2,400. So I ran a little bit of data in NREL's PV Watts Designer, and that 4 panel system, depending on the location, the weather, and the angle of the panel, could produce anywhere from about 2,000 kilowatt hours annually to about 2,600 kilowatt hours annually. Now, at a US average electric rate of 14 cents per kilowatt hour, that would mean that that system could save you about $280 to $360 annually. So what is that ROI? Well, a little bit of quick math would tell you that that system would pay for itself in about 7 to 8 years. If you live in an area with much higher electric rates or time of use prices, obviously you're going to save way more annually and your payback is going to be much, much faster. So here's an interesting part, is that this isn't some sort of future experimental technology. In Europe, this is already completely mainstream. Germany actually leads the world in balcony systems, with an estimated 4 million homes already making use of balcony solar systems. By 2045, Germany estimates that balcony solar will actually make up 2% of its total annual electric demand. So this isn't a new concept by any means, it's just new to the United States. So where does the US currently stand on this? Well, as I mentioned, Utah is the only state that has this fully approved and legal able to do today. Virginia's houses passed the bill and it's just waiting for a signature from the governor. If that signature goes through, in Virginia, you could do this starting January 1st of 2027. There are, however, 28 states in total that are considering balcony solar legislation in some form or another. Now, the bills in Virginia and Utah are going to act probably as a model for the rest of the United States trying to get this done. Importantly, those bills put exemptions in so that these systems don't have to go through formal interconnection agreements with the utility, which is a major win for permitting and avoiding additional fees. Now, it means that you probably won't be able to export systems, but these are typically small enough that you're probably not going to be sending anything out to the grid anyway. It's mostly just going to be self-consumption. But let's talk about some of the long-term considerations like maintenance and where the long-term costs of ownership. So it's important to know with panels, they are subject to degradation annually. Most panels are anywhere from about 1/4% to 0.5%, meaning that over time, the amount of power you're producing is going to reduce. That's a fairly low consideration, though. The bigger concern is the inverter. Now, our research covering thousands of systems has shown that microinverters fail at typically about 5.5 out of every 10,000. So it's a pretty low amount, but the ones that did typically failed within about the first year and a half. So EcoFlow's system comes with a 10-year warranty. So if you do have early failures, you can get it replaced via warranty, no issues, and just plug it right back in. But given that these systems and solar panels typically last 25 to 35 plus years, it's likely to expect that you will need to replace an inverter, buy a new one at least once during the entire operational life cycle. Now, as far as other long-term considerations go, while this is plug and play, it is important to make sure that you do have the right system set up. If you buy a kit, it's probably going to come with some pretty intense mounting brackets because you can't just zip tie this to your balcony, right? So you got to make sure it has the proper mounting brackets to hold this in place so it's weather resistant as well. It's also important to look at your electric system. Now, with a 1.2 kilowatt cap, this would mean that typically you'd need a 10 to 15 amp breaker feeding the outlet that you would plug it back into. So you may need to work with an electrician to make sure that you have the right setup, so you're not overloading your system, maybe making a dangerous situation. For decades, solar has been limited to people who have roof access, to homeowners, or to people with large cash upfront for installs. But plug-in solar opens up the door to renters, apartment dwellers, and even just a low-cost entry into clean energy. If this scales like it did in Europe, this could become one of the most accessible forms of solar ever created. The most interesting thing about balcony solar isn't that it's more powerful, it's that it's simpler. The traditional large solar systems will absolutely still have their place. People who can't afford it or want to put it on their whole house and cover all of their energy or have backup can absolutely still do that. But this gives people a really simple, low-cost way to benefit from clean energy, which is sorely needed at a time in the US when energy rates are spiking continuously. If you want more honest breakdowns of solar technology, solar trends, energy savings, or even talking about just what's going on in solar, make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel here at Solar Insure, and check out the video description. I'll put in links to our entire breakdown on balcony solar and where it could go, some additional links to the EcoFlow product, and even more. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.